Good morning, Neil here with the Off the Lip radio show, my series Who's Who in Santa Cruz. And this morning I have the lovely Tate McGinty, who I'm actually good friends with her dad, who's probably going to watch this.
Hi,
the reason I'm interviewing you is because you did a big tour or vacation or workshop in where?
So I went and spent about a month in Thailand.
That's right.
A little island called Koh Samui. And I did a 300-hour yoga teacher training with Jonah Kest. He's a really well-known worldwide yogi. His father invented the concept of power yoga. So it's very much based off of breath-to-body movement, fast pace, really getting into like a groove with how you're moving, not so slow.
Okay.
And yeah.
What's the difference between, was there a big significant difference from the yoga that they do in the East as compared to what we have in the West, as what we have here in Santa Cruz, for example?
Right.
Is there a big difference?
Like East Coast?
Yeah, no, just back in the Far East is
back
where
in
you
the
were.
Far East.
Yeah.
There is a big difference.
Yeah.
I think yoga in the West has become a lot more based towards fitness.
Yeah.
And which I personally love fitness.
Yeah.
So that's right up my alley. I really enjoy quicker pace and of course always, implementing the breath, but really getting into kind of like a dance,
Okay.
I think Eastern yoga is still very much so breath to body movement, but it's a lot slower. It's a lot more like you build up to one posture and then you bring it back down, like an inversion or something. Headstand, handstands, dancer.
Do they have heated yoga in the Far East?
They did actually, because I went after I was in Thailand. I went and spent about 2 months over in Bali, and obviously Ubud is like the yoga capital of the world. And
where is that?
In Bali.
Okay.
Ubud.
Okay.
They had hot yoga over there.
Yeah.
I was loving it. It was amazing. But other than that area where it was very yogi centered, I didn't find any heated studios, which I was kind of surprised about, but it's already so hot over there too.
When did you start getting into yoga? What was that? What
started?
Yeah, how did it all start for you? At what age?
Oh gosh. I started my own personal practice when I was about 14 years old. So that was about 8 or 9 years ago now.
Okay. And when did you realize that you wanted to be a teacher?
It was always something that I loved doing myself.
Yeah.
And it got to a point in my life where yoga was such a transformational practice for me that I wanted to be able to give that to other people as well.
Okay.
And it changed my life. It might sound cliche, but yoga seriously saved me, it changed me. And I want to be able to gift that to others and be
your dad doing it.
Guide. Yeah, and I got my dad doing it, and he's in love with it.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with hot yoga, 26 and 2.
Because for our all generations, it's good, especially for surfing. It helps us out.
Absolutely. I think in this town in particular, I'm happy that there's such a big yoga community because of the surfing, and we need that for our shoulders and whatnot.
So you're on the airplane coming home. What was going through your mind? Like, I'm bringing this back. I'm bringing this back to the yoga studio, the yoga teachings I have here in Santa Cruz.
I mean,
what was that?
I was just on fire on my way home.
I can imagine.
Yeah, like I was so excited to get back, especially with my particular training I did. It's a very specific format of training where you're really taking people to their most uncomfortable moment right before they think they're gonna give up or they're gonna fall out or they're gonna fail. You push them a little bit further, and I was just so excited to bring that back to the people of Santa Cruz because the yoga here is amazing. I love it, but I hadn't ever been taught the way that I was taught when I was in Thailand from Jonah.
Yeah.
And I was just so excited to bring that back.
Will you be going back for more knowledge and coming back again? You're gonna go back there again? do you think?
I mean, I definitely want to keep learning, especially from Jonah.
Yeah.
I think he is an amazing yogi, an amazing teacher,
All right.
and he has so much experience.
Okay.
You know, it's one of those things where you can go anywhere in the world and learn about it.
Yeah.
So, like, even here in Santa Cruz,
Yeah.
if there's a really amazing training that I want to take, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm only 21 years old. I'm not going to college. Yoga, I chose that as my career and
Yeah.
my path.
Yeah.
And so doing trainings and going and traveling to do the trainings, that kind of is the school for me.
For sure.
And that's where
It's
I
like
get
learning a trade.
my education.
It's
Yeah.
like learning a trade, like if you're a carpenter or
Absolutely,
whatever
yeah.
you want to be, it's learning a trade. So you've
Yeah.
learned a trade.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
Well done. I've
you.
taken your class. I absolutely love it. But I want you to hold up your shoes. Because I've had many shows on the Athlete Radio Show, but you're the only person that's come in your slippers.
My slippers. Oh God. Well, I'm mostly
Never had
barefoot
somebody come in their slippers, but you're the first.
Okay, great.
Okay, do you have a website people can get a hold of you or see your schedule? Or
I don't have a website.
It's on Facebook or
I
something?
have an Instagram.
Okay, which is?
It's literally just Tate's Yoga.
Okay.
Tates Yoga.
Okay,
One
perfect.
word. That's it.
Thank you so much for doing this with me. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you.
I love to Dad.
Yes.